This war over 182 crore US funds for voter turnout. BJP says US wanted regime change in India. In fact, the US aides Veena Reddy influenced the 2024 polls. BJP claims US aid envoy Garcetti is next. Must seize the accounts in question. Must scraps US funds to boost voter turnout is what is now being said.
What is coming out in the media is certainly worrisome. Why would any US agency wish to give $21 million for election-related work in India? Would that not amount to interference in India's electoral process? We are the world's largest democracy. In the past, we've seen certain political parties, like the Congress, even engaging with organizations like Cambridge Analytica, which was with an attempt to somehow create some kind of influence that may change around or interfere with the election process. Now you have this 21 million. So certainly if anyone has received money under it, that has to be made clear. And certainly if something like that is being stopped, it is in the larger interest of freedom of democracy without interference.
All right, I'm going to go straight across to Shashank Mattu for more details on that story. Shashank, break this down for us. Of course, this is controversial and a lot of chatter around the way, the way people were in fact given money. These are allegations flying thick and fast and now also playing out in our own country where the BJP is now making these startling allegations.
Well, yes, Neha. So basically, we have to understand where exactly this is coming from. First of all, Elon Musk basically made an announcement on Twitter saying that there was going to be a cut of funding to what is called the Consortium for Elections and Political Process Strengthening, which is basically a coalition of 3 American-funded non-profit institutions. These are the National Democratic Institute, the International Republican Institute, and the International Foundation for Electoral Systems. The long and short of it is these are countries that are non-profits that work around the world in a number of countries in Asia, in Africa, in Latin America to strengthen democratic processes. And they're funded very closely by the United States government, and they work very closely with the US government. In the past, they've worked with India very closely as well. In fact, we know that in 2012, you've already had a former election commissioner come out and say that there was, in fact, a memorandum of understanding between one of these institutions as well as the election commission to work on facilitating training by the election commission of India for election officials all over the world. The truth of the matter is that at this point in time, we don't know what this $21 million that was allocated for was spent on. Was it spent at all? What exactly was it spent on? Because boosting voter turnout in India, these institutions can, of course, claim that, look, this is our job. We work all across the world to strengthen political institutions, perhaps work on civic education to strengthen democratic processes. Globally, there's nothing sinister about it. And our funding and where we get our funding from is very, very open and clear. And we've worked with the Indian government in the past. Now, of course, the BJP is claiming something else because of past involvement of organizations like this and of US aid in what they say are regime change operations and interference in other countries. Until we know what that money was spent on specifically, we will not have really clear details to say one way or the other what the case is.
Okay, we'll in fact wait for more on that in a bit from now. I'm just going to come back to you, Shashank.